Good evening, my darling batlings. How's everybody doing tonight? I see you in chat, Lulu. I see you calling me bitch. I see you throwing meat at me. I see all that shit. Hey, Cobalt Rogue. Oh, both of you! You two. Both of you. I've got a guest with me tonight, very last minute. You may have seen him around, my chats. What would you like me to, call you for the purpose of this stream?
Just call me JKR for tonight.
Alright, this is JKR, a good friend of mine that I've known for several years. You may know him as the voice of Megatron and Cyclonus in Transformers Armada Bridged, if you're familiar with that series. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the lovely viewers, since you're a first-time guest on this channel.
Hello, everybody. You'll excuse me if I seem a little tired. It's because I am. I got home from work about an hour ago.
I see. That explains a lot. And, Cobalt Rogue, been a week since MatsuriCon. How was MatsuriCon? I hope you had fun. I saw your, many Devil May Cry related, thingamafuckers that you got. I'm so jealous. But, yes, tonight, we are taking a little detour from Metal Gear. Because I've been curious about this for a while, and I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I have intentionally made it, so I know as little about this game going into it as possible. But this is a 3D Sonic fan game that has garnered a lot of notoriety since its release, and apparently even had some notoriety during its development. It is called Sonic Omens. I know nothing about the plot, I know nothing about the gameplay, all I know is that it was made in an open-source Sonic game engine called the Infinity Engine, and, that it's got full voice acting for the characters. It has apparently, like, a really try-hard, edgy plot, which, you know, that's my jam. And that, the developers tried to profit off of it, even though it's a fan game, which, would have put the entirety of Sonic fan games in jeopardy if, people hadn't called them out on it, rightfully so. Because they had a Patreon set up to, not just to fund development, but, like, they were locking demos and previews behind the Patreon. Or something like that. I'm gonna see if I can, screen share it over to, you, JKR, so, you can see it live without having to, deal with the Twitch delay.
Okay.
It would help if I was in the right folder. Come on, go back. There we go. Sonic Omens. This thing was fucking 14 gigabytes, by the way.
Oh, jeez.
Which, for a fan game, is impressive. I don't know if it's impressive in a good way or a bad way yet.
We shall see what we shall see.
Yeah, apparently the game freezes when you alt-tab out of it, because it does not have borderless windowed mode, which is weird for a game that, to my understanding, Infinity Engine is, like... To my understanding, Infinity Engine is, similar in style to the Unreal Engine, from what I understand. Unreal Engine 4, to be specific. So, for a game that's basically, Unreal Engine 4, but, with its own bells and whistles, that's a very strange choice indeed. Let me, lower the volume a bit, because this is loud on, the stream's end.
Oof.
There we go. Unreal, yes, It actually also uses, from just perusing through the files a bit, it, Okay, apparently launching the game with, you can't switch between mouse and keyboard and controller in-game, so I have to relaunch the game. Great.
Oof.
We're off to a good start already.
Wouldn't be an Arikado stream if something didn't go wrong.
Yeah, you know how it'd be. I'm... Just to avoid that again, I'm not gonna screen share it to you. Unfortunately, you'll have to just check out the Twitch feed.
No worries, that's probably
Which
better
you should
anyway.
be doing anyway, since you're also a mod.
Right, and it's probably easier that way anyway.
Alright, the only thing I've done in this game is set some settings, because it defaulted to 4K, even though I currently don't have a 4K monitor. Two-player battle mode. I don't have a second player to play that with, and I doubt there's online play in this. I'll get into, as we go through this, I'll get into, some of the shenanigans that I've heard about. I haven't done too much research into the entire story behind this, thing. Alright, so I know, like, the first thing a lot of, people are going to get from looking at this is like, wow, for a fan game, this looks amazing! Apparently most of that is just, like, due to the engine it runs on. It has a lot of, like, pre-made assets that, this game uses, because it's a custom engine made specifically for Sonic games.
Makes sense. It's impressive, though. I will give it
Oh,
that.
hey, that little motif right there in this, track was, Sonic's theme from the English dub of Sonic X.
Oh, jeez.
Which, to my understanding, like, all I know about the story is that it's got some cringy dialogue, it's fully voice acted, and it takes some elements from Sonic X.
Sonic! There you are, Sonic! Have you heard the news? Here!
Okay, these, lip flaps are very not good.
Chaos Emerald. Again, no one knows why, but at this time, the emerald was stolen from the New Gaia Temple in the Cold Ruins. What other madness will come to his mind is not known. Do you win, agents?
Well, finally. I thought that he would last at least a month without his villainous plans. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
I think it's time we made a visit to our mustache friend.
My sensors picked up strange
Okay, this is already very awkward dialogue. To my understanding, this was a Russian dev team, so English wasn't their first language.
Then I suddenly lost communication
That makes
with
a lot
all
of
the
sense.
sensors on the island. I'm sure Eggman has something to do with it. We should go investigate the old Eggman Tower. Come on, Sonic!
All right. Go on ahead. I'll catch up with you.
Oh god, we've got the, question mark, hint things from the, from Sonic Colors, I believe. Before starting the game, we advise you to familiarize yourself with the controls in the pause menu. Isn't that what a tutorial is for, my dude? What the hell are these? Okay, so we got boost on the right trigger, bounce on the left trigger, Okay, so it's basically, Sonic Lost World controls, from what I can gather.
After the emerald disappeared,
Okay, that just faded out.
and the locals are facing such an abnormal frost.
Okay, apparently you just can't hear,
Have you finished preparing the hyper tornado?
my dude, I'm trying to...
Use a nap.
She's ready yet. In the meantime, I suggest warming up.
I'm trying to hear all this, like, flavor dialogue, but it's so easy to skip through it.
Oh,
See what's
jeez.
going on with the sensors up near the cliff and wait for you at the wellspring.
Hey, Tails. Try not to be late.
Alright, let's see how our, Okay, I get that I have to go somewhere. Where the fuck do I go?
Let's go.
Oh, damn, that is indeed a boost. I can't go down there. Oh, this way! This path that was off to the side! When we have this runway that looks like it's going to lead somewhere. Okay, I see. Checkpoints let you keep your progress. Okay, so you'll tutorialize what checkpoints do, but you won't tutorialize the controls. And, oh, fuck, I've got to, lower some settings, because, it's bugging out, VC face.
Oof.
Yeah, let's turn down the resolution scale. There we go, I should be back to normal now. You see, here's the thing. You've got a meter here that shows the resolution scale, but there's no, like, percentages attached to it. So I don't know, like, is the middle 100%? Is it 150%?
Ay, ay, ay.
Different types of capsules contain items that can help you complete the level. In front of you are the capsules containing the energy for a boost. Got it. Wow, it's a whole town that, this is actually, okay. Okay, it's weird to have, like, a boost-controlled game that has actual camera movement. Because, typically, everything's, oh, there's a red ring up there.
It's been years since I've played any Sonic games. What the heck is a red ring, anyway?
Okay, red rings are just, like, optional things you can collect in more modern Sonic games. They usually just have an achievement tied to them. Okay, you can actually go underwater. That's pretty cool. Can't wait to see how long it takes for me to stop praising this game. Because, from my understanding, everyone was like, wow, the opening looks fantastic, and then it goes all downhill from there.
Oof.
Okay, you've got the stomp. Sometimes you will have to jump higher than double jump allows. Use the bounce. Okay. The passage is blocked. To move further, find this. Okay. Yeah, that's a red ring. That, red star thing I just picked up.
Oh, okay.
The only times they've actually been tied to, like, in-game progression stuff is, Sonic Colors and Sonic Lost World, where collecting all of them in either one of those, unlocks Supersonic in each of them. Okay, you got the Quick Step. Quick Step doesn't feel very good, because,
Can't stop now.
Quick Step doesn't feel very good because you're naturally pushing on the stick at the same time. It's the same problem that Sonic Unleashed had. Let's see what this... If at the level you meet an object covered with cracks, try to break it. Doing so might help you find the path ahead. You can run up the wall ahead, but you must keep your speed up, otherwise you will fall. The boost and quick step will be the most useful abilities.
Let's do this!
Jesus, that's hard to control.
Oh, wow. I just saw the delay on the stream, and I'm like, what the heck?
Oh, so that's the end. There's no goal ring or anything. Okay, so it just kind of ends when it feels like it? Okay. Music's pretty decent, at least. Although, to my understanding, in one part of the game, it actually steals a song from the Cars 2 video game.
Oh, jeez.
Of all things.
Why? Of all
I
the games
don't know.
Like, of all the games you could pick from to steal, why Cars?
I mean, the Cars 2 video game is actually supposed to be, like, way better than people expected.
Huh.
Oh, hey, there's a, that character was made entirely using Sonic Forces assets, I can tell. I just noticed that Sonic is wearing the ring that, Chip gave him at the end of Sonic Unleashed. Knock, knock, it's Knuckles.
The storm is coming.
Oh my god, it's a gun beetle. Episode 1, The Breakthrough.
Now, I may be an old-fashioned crazy man, but since when is Sonic's eyes so piercing green in the darkness?
Yeah, I already don't like that.
Coming from your arm.
Oh, this? It's from...
They are green. They're supposed to be green, but they shouldn't, like, glow like that.
You can come down now, Sonic.
Okay, so they're incorporating the Enter Beam from Sonic Boom, of all things.
Trying? Trust me, I would rather have my feet planted.
Spider Hog? Spider Hog. Does whatever.
Does whatever a Spider Hog does.
Some of the badniks are still left in that wellspring. How did we miss them earlier? Tails, check and see how the Chow are doing in the gardens. They might be in trouble.
Got it, Sonic. See you near the tower.
All right, buddy.
Did Tails just, like, phase, like, go up the... On my screen, it looked like, at the end of that cutscene, Tails went, up, and then, like, came out of the bottom of the screen for a split second.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so... That is a bad button placement, using the jump button for lassoing. Or the grapple beam thing. That is not a good button assignment.
Oh, yeah!
Okay, it's the homing attack, since this is the first time we've actually gotten to use the homing attack. It's got the Sonic 06 problem of having a recovery animation before you can do it again.
Tails, how are the Chow? Are they all right?
The robots were already near the garden, but I made it just in time.
Sweet! Finish things up there and rendezvous at Egghead's Lake.
Invisible walls on both sides, okay.
Sonic speed!
How do I get out of the water, my dude?
Go!
Am I just stuck here? Do I just die?
Oh, jeez.
Feeling good!
Oh, I see. There's an entire underwater section at the stage that's not clearly conveyed to you. Because, Sonic stages, even in, the most basic Sonic games, are, like, clear, more or less straight paths with branching, pathways along the way, but they're never like, oh, we'll give you, entire, like, optional areas to explore that are not, like, that you're not, like, railroaded toward in any sort of way. Look how slow this is.
Here we go! Check this out!
I'm so excited for our picnic today!
Amy? Oh, that was today?
How many characters are they gonna bring into this?
To be such a hero and yet so irresponsible at the same time!
I do not like this Amy voice. Oh my god.
This area's a dead zone.
I don't like it either, honestly. Now I'm hearing it. It's horrible, in my opinion.
Like, no shit against the actress. I'm sure she was just, given bad direction, but I've just never been a fan of, like, squeaky Amy voices.
Yeah.
It's why, I don't like Cindy Robinson's early, Amy voice, where she goes for sort of, like, almost a Minnie Mouse type, affectation to it. Oh my god, I do... That, ring loss animation, that's something.
Oh, wow.
Let's go!
Okay, so far, enemies have, the same problem that I have with a lot of the Boost-era Sonic games, where it's like, they don't really try to fight back, and there's no real reason to fight them, because you can just go right past them. Let's briefly alt-tab out so I can adjust the volume again. Because this game is, like, really fucking loud.
Oh, jeez.
Humble and elaborately booby-trapped hello. I would offer hospitality, but your fate was sealed as soon as you stepped foot in one of the greatest structures created by me, Dr. Eggman.
Okay, I can tell that, Eggman's voice actor doesn't speak English as his first language just from the accent.
Except now he's guarding the Master Emerald.
Honestly, it's a miracle that he hasn't given it away by now.
This thing's seen better days. Anyways, give me a few minutes. I might be able to find something useful here.
I'll be over here, finding something useful, under my eyelids.
Okay, they're definitely going for a, Sonic X type, Sonic portrayal, where he's, like, very lazy.
Tails, you obviously pressed something wrong.
Without the access to the security system, I cannot download the data. Distracted.
Okay, we're gonna have a boss fight, and, okay, typically in a, Sonic boss fight like this, like how the adventure games would have done it, which is clearly what they're trying to do, the camera would be centered on the boss, so you can see them at all times. But here, it's centered on Sonic, which means I have to constantly manually rotate the camera just to see what the boss is doing.
Ay, ay, ay. One second.
Hey, you scrap me! I'm over here!
Oh, this is also just a nitpick of mine, but, making an impact to deal damage with the boss doesn't have, like, it lacks actual impact. It's just, like, a slight, glass-breaking sound effect. But there's no real, like, feedback visually or strong, like, audio cue to indicate, yeah, you're doing serious damage.
Ay, 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 ay.
I know this is just a nitpick, but, like, sound design is something that, I'm a real stickler for. As someone who's done audio editing myself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't claim to be an expert at it by any means. I'm not even good at it. But I know that in a boss fight, you want to have, like, a satisfying impact sound when you're, damaging them. Alright, I guess the boss is done. And, this is also a nitpick, but the boss's health meter is just two slightly different shades of red. One for the emptied area and one for the full area. You typically want it to, be either a solid color or two contrasting colors.
Eggman abandoned this place a long time ago. Even the computer itself is falling apart, so why guard it?
That badnik didn't attack us without a reason.
Also, this is,
Hunk of junk?
just, like, me being very irritated by minor spelling mistakes, but they spelled badnik incorrectly.
There
Ay,
he is!
ay, ay.
Sonic! He's heading towards the Grand Canyon!
Then that's where we'll be too. Let's go.
You know what these mouth animations make me think of?
What?
They look like Robot Chicken in mouth animations.
You know, come to think of it, yeah, they do.
How they there's no, like, in-between frames to, go from, like, one style of mouth movement to the other. They just awkwardly jump. Except in Robot Chicken, it's supposed to look bad on purpose.
It must be because of that power outburst from the Master Emerald.
If that's the case, he better not leave the island. And we better hurry.
Hyper Tornado! Take off!
I just realized I had my TV's audio on this whole time, so, I apologize to the people watching for that. Temple 2. Episode 2, Temple of Sands. Okay, that texture pop-in is definitely a sign of Unreal Engine.
Eggman's tracker signal comes from the depths of Zone 99. Since we weren't invited, Gun's raiders can detect us.
It's okay. I could go on foot. It's easier anyway. Keep a lookout for a workaround, though. Eggman definitely got past the radars. Wait, since when did Gun have a lab here?
You had an agreement, Sonic. Remember?
Yeah, on guarding the temple, not all of this.
Yeah, to my understanding, going into a little bit of, the behind-the-scenes drama and, like, part of why this game's so infamous, like, to my understanding, this game was made as, like, a retaliation to Sonic Forces, being like, oh, we can do a serious Sonic story better than Sonic Team can, and we'll show them. And,
Looks like the security system is targeting me, and not them.
so far, it's not really too bad so far, just, like, very, awkwardly translated from Russian to English dialogue.
Yeah.
I will say, the music's pretty good, though. Just like real bad Sonic games, even the music tends to be pretty good. This level design's not so good, though. It feels like it's trying to use a Boost-era Sonic, gameplay style in Sonic Adventure-style stages.
Let's do this!
I love how the bots were just minding their own business, and then out of nowhere, Sonic just comes out of nowhere and just...
Yeah,
destroys
Sonic
them.
just, like, wrecks everyone's shit. Trespass, like, when they're just not even doing anything wrong.
Right.
The signal's coming from here.
Okay, I don't like how the homing attack works here. Like, the way the... What the hell? Okay. Okay, the way the homing attack usually works in Sonic games is that, like, you just automatically home in on whatever's close to you, right?
Yeah.
This one has, like, an actual targeting system, and the homing attack will not activate, unless you're locked onto something. Otherwise, you'll just do a double jump.
Oh, wow.
Like, the entire point of the homing attack in the first place was to make it easy to, defeat enemies without having to manually target them in 3D space.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what the next stage is. Because, it's bad. It's pretty mediocre so far, but not anything, like, offensively bad.
Yeah.
Temple is here. Can you get to it?
The valley is
Oh.
narrow.
Oh, we get a flying section.
Alright, careful.
Okay.
Oh no.
The higher your speed is, the higher damage you will take if you crash into something. That's a bad mechanic just from its description.
Mm-hmm.
If you're already familiar with the controls, you can turn off tutorials in the settings menu. Okay, so, it controls, so far, it doesn't control, like, how you would expect a, flying vehicle to control. It controls more like a regular character. It doesn't control like a vehicle. And by that I mean, you play like Star Fox, for example. You press up and down to move up and down. Usually the y-axis is inverted. Left and right to veer left and right, and you either move forward automatically or you have an accelerate button. This one, you just, like, use the analog stick to move you in 360 space, and, the right stick to adjust your view and therefore, the angle you're flying up and down at. It feels very, very unnatural for a vehicle. Left triggers the machine gun. Okay, left... No. Just no. You want right trigger to be your gun. Left trigger is your gun, and Y button is your rockets. No, that's just wrong. That's just objectively wrong. You want to map your weapons to the triggers.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
So it's still better than Sonic 06 or Forces? I would say, I'd say it's a bit too early to call it better than Forces. I'd have to play through the whole thing. But, Sonic 06, I don't even think is that bad. It's just, like, it could have been salvageable with more dev time.
Oh, hey, Shiba's here.
Shiba, welcome! Oh. Okay, so the bullets have limited distance, I guess? Wop wop? I think you mean womp womp. Oh, there's a fucking heat meter on the, on the machine gun. Good thing the game didn't tell me that. You have to be so precise to hit anything. It's weird. Okay, I really wish there was, like, at least a button for ascending or descending, like in, Kingdom Hearts 3's Gummy Ship sections. But instead, it's just, like, you have to move the camera to change whether you're going up or down. It feels so unnatural. Oh my god, you can do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll! Okay, so apart from being able to shoot, this just literally controls like Sonic.
Ay, ay, ay.
They weren't lying about taking more damage when you speed up. Holy shit, that took out, like, over half of my health.
There should
Oh
be
my
a way
God.
to open these gates.
I have to explore. You don't want your flying sections in a Sonic game to be, like, wide open exploration-based stuff to get past gates. The only way Sonic's done them before, and it's typically worked this way, is basically being like Star Fox. Flying Sonic, yeah, basically controls like a flying Sonic.
Air defense system is suspiciously weak. What if it was really meant to keep Sonic away? Wait,
Hello?
if that's the case, then what is gone really?
Oh, that enemy off to the side that I couldn't fucking see was the one shooting at me.
I think I'm on the right track.
Am I on the right track? I don't know, Tails. Because there's, like, no coherent level design here. Oh my god, we really have to wait for this thing to spin around, don't we?
Ay, ay, ay.
Where do I even... Oh! I keep saying oh like it's obvious, but no, it isn't. Okay, that laser attack that, the gun robots have is hideously overpowered. Okay, there's a term that us in the game criticism field use to describe movement like this, where you're either going incredibly slow or uncontrollably fast, with no in between. It's called two-gear diarrhea. And two-gear diarrhea refers to you have two forms of movement: slow as ass or fast as shit.
Oh, jeez.
And this is definitely some two-gear diarrhea. Yeah, that fucking laser needs to be nerfed. It can hit you from so far away and deal sustained damage.
Yeah.
Sonic, help!
Tails is fucking dead, guys. Anyone who subbed to me is probably going to, get some good use out of the Angie emote tonight, from the looks of it. I'm so glad that was finally approved. It takes so many shots to kill anything. Cal, glad you could make it. We're in a bad flying section that doesn't control like a flying vehicle. It just controls like Sonic, except worse. Alright, we got both switches pressed. It only took us, like, what? 7 minutes?
If that much.
I mean that as in it could have been longer. I can't tell, because this level's dragging on.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the turn is so slow. You're in your dorm. How's your dorm? How was your move-in? Cal's move-in day for college was today. So everyone congratulate Cal on moving into a dorm. Your dorm is gay? You say that like it's a bad thing. It's a good thing? Yeah, you'd be right at home there. This is exactly why flying sections should always have a quick ascent. Because otherwise you're just like, okay, I've got to back up and then turn myself around so I have enough space to move up. You lost all functionality talking to a cute boy in God's Discord. Hey, good for you. Making friends in college already. You're better at it than I am. Is this level gonna end anytime soon? Yes, thank you! We got a D rank, and this section can suck my D. There he is, Jim Carrey himself.
Oh, would you look at that? He's already here.
What a shame.
Sonic, something's off.
Eggman just got fucking yeeted. Oh no, not the ancient Grand Canyon tentacle monster! Escape it, the gnarl. Okay. Okay, game.
I don't want to find out. Ah! I can't see anything through this sandstorm.
We've got to very slowly escape this giant monster. Oh, these sections are ass. These sections are ass. The voice acting hurts. Yes, yes, it does. Cal, I bet you could do a better Tails than, this one right here. No disrespect to the voice actor. I'm sure they were just working with bad direction and bad material. But, like, there's so much that, there's people I know that can do, better aspects of this than what we're given here.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go refill my water pitcher.
Okay. You can't move backwards. Okay.
That was close.
Are there going to be any checkpoints in this stage? Because I'm going to get very sick very quickly if we have to do this over and over again from the beginning.
Tails, go up!
Hold on to something! Ow!
Oh my god, Hello, turn faster, please, my dude. You are trying to escape with your lives. Escaping the Gnarl. Yes. Everyone knows about the Gnarl, you know, the tentacle monster living in the Grand Canyon. You know, famous bit of folklore. PAD, turn around, dummy. Yeah, the turning is so slow in this section. Please tell me that's it. Oh, do we get to fight it?
I think the Chaos
now...
Emerald is giving this snake energy. Let's try knocking it out of its head, okay?
Oh, we get a boss fight in this thing? Oh, no. Turn around at your earliest convenience. Hi, thanks for not clearly telegraphing that he was doing an attack right there. Okay, so, like, 2 hits, and that is... I don't see how this is a hyper tornado if it's got, like, the weakest armor I've ever seen. Come on, indeed, Tails.
And they're back.
Welcome back. We're fighting the Sneck.
Oh, jeez.
I've died like 3 times already.
Okay.
I get the feeling I'm gonna be using the machine gun more than the rockets, because the rockets move so damn slow. Posture check. Okay, I have checked my posture. I'm sitting up more straight now. Okay, we finally beat the Gnarl. Why does the Hyper Tornado's cockpit look like it's suffering from erectile dysfunction?
I know, right?
That's not cockpit, that's a fucking... It's just chilly out, guys, okay? Oh, that texture pop in.
Sonic, look! Eggman is going for the next emerald!
Let's hurry and follow him.
Why the pan down, though? Oh.
Our desires, Thorndyke, turn to ashes.
Thorndyke. Oh, they're incorporating Chris Thorndyke into this, aren't they? From Sonic X.
Just
Oh,
the
jeez.
first omen.
Oh boy, we got our hyper cool, super edgy bad guy. Oh hey, Big! Oh god, what kind of big slander are we going to get in this game?
You won't get away, Eggman!
We can't allow him to get that emerald.
The tornado will stop him, Sonic! Fire!
Hey, Tails! This area is protected by gun. Be careful, buddy.
Gun behind us! Why are they attacking us and not Eggman?
Tails, watch out!
Oh, no! One of the engines failed. We're losing speed. Sonic, hold on! Sonic? Huh?
Sonic's just gonna fucking dip and leave Tails, holy shit.
So we have to taking the emerald before Eggman. Cover me on top, buddy.
Good.
Oh god, we're not White Jungle. That was a stage from Sonic Adventure 2.
Tails, can you find where the emerald signal is coming from?
Oh my god, it's even playing the music from Sonic Adventure 2! Oh, but it's an industrial remix. Okay. Okay, so for those of you that were not here for, anything except that horrendous tornado section, Sonic doesn't control much better. He's very slippery, the control layout is very unintuitive. They gave him both a double jump and the homing attack, but they made it so the homing attack, only works if it's actually, like, manually targeted something, as opposed to, you know, homing in on whatever's closest to you, like the entire point of the homing attack was back in Sonic Adventure's development. By the way, that was very nice. Have what looks like an automated section, which I've run into multiple times throughout this. It looks like it's gonna be, like, automated, so you get through manually, but no, you have to, like, actually interact without any prompt. You just have to know, oh, I have to boost or jump here. And you can get knocked out of your, homing attack by enemy gunfire. Okay. This game's just riddled with genius design choices, right?
I know, right?
At the very least, I'm going to be adding this remix of White Jungle to my playlist. I can say that much good came out of this.
Feeling good. That was awesome.
Okay, the camera view is not very good in this section. It has a tendency to, like, get stuck in the floor at looking at an upward angle, which is not very helpful because it's basically focused on Sonic's ass instead of what's actually around you. I mean, if all you want to do is stare at Sonic's ass, I'm not gonna shame you for it. Unless your kink is, humiliation, in which case you should be ashamed, you dirty, dirty person. Oh, if you don't jump on the beginning of the rail, you just fucking phase through it. Okay. I see how you're doing this, Sonic Omens. Oh, that wasn't even a rail. It just looked like a rail. Also, once again, you have to manually interact in something that in any other Sonic game would be automated. I can commend them for trying to not have any automated sections, but they're automated for a reason. Also, it's so like in other Sonic games that have the slide ability in them, typically they have it so like, if you're sliding from a standstill, he instead goes into a crawl, so it doesn't look goofy. The developers of this game couldn't be bothered to put in a crawling animation, so you've just got slow-mo sliding. We've been at this for an hour, Jesus Christ.
Oh, jeez.
But where's Eggman?
The emerald signal is coming from the top of the tree. I can't fly up there.
Why can't you fly up their tails? You've got...
Before these badniks.
Okay, hey, they actually spelled badniks correctly.
Oh, great. Water. Lovely.
Okay, where the fuck do I go from here? This switch opens the cage with a regular spring. Okay, that doesn't tell me how to get out of here. I see what people were saying with, this game not being good at, directing you on just where the fuck you're supposed to go. I'm sorry, I blinked. Where was I supposed to land? Oh, on these barely visible platforms, I see. By the way, for anyone viewing, I put in a couple new sound alerts. Also because I'm actually actively trying to save up for that new monitor. I've made most of the alerts just 10 bits, because I feel like 100 is a bit too much. Pun intended. So, yeah, if you want to, that's probably the most fun way to support me right now, because I've even made the, thank you, Shiba! Yeah, I've made, even the bits that are usually, like, off-limits 10 bits. Except for, John Baker. That's still 500, because that goes on for, like, 2 minutes straight.
Yeah.
That one's for special occasions. I've added the Snoozle sound alert, thanks to, Lynn once again. Oh god, I have to do all this again. Don't you just love these kind of levels where one fuck-up means you have to start over from the very beginning? Yes, there you go. Snoozle, I see. Use the Stomp Alt homing attack to live that what? Excuse me, what? Use Stomp Alt homing attack to lift that spring. Sorry, like, holy shit, this BGM is gorgeous. Yeah, the soundtrack's genuinely great. It's just literally everything else that's dog shit. Like, I get that, this was a team whose, first language is not English, so there's, and, that's going to lead to, you know, some things that would seem obvious to us, not coming across properly in the translation. Like, oh, they used the wrong form of there, for example. But typically that's why, like, I know this as someone who's actually assisted with translation before on indie projects. Typically you want to get someone who is fluent in whatever language you're trying to translate to make sure that everything seems natural. That seems like it should be very obvious for any dev team trying to make a game that is primarily in English, even though they don't speak English. Like, when I recorded my lines for Steel Salvo, which you guys should check out. It's a free indie game on Steam. It's more of a proof of concept than, like, a full-fledged game, I could describe it. Here we go! But, like, the dev team was French, and I saw some lines of dialogue that was like, hey, this doesn't quite read right in English. Do you mind if I offer, some alternatives to make it flow a bit more naturally? And they were more than happy to accept my help. And, like, I feel like this dev team really could have used that. Because a lot of this dialogue and a lot of the subtitles, are very awkward in how they sound. They don't sound like native English.
Yeah.
It's very obvious that was written by non-native English speakers. Hell, that's why localization teams are very much an important process of any attempt to release media in other parts of the world. People shit on like Funimation and so forth for changing dialogue, but more often than not, that's just so it sounds more natural in another language, because there's certain aspects where, like, doing a literal one-to-one translation would sound wrong. I've seen anime before, for example, that uses very literal translations, and it never sounds right. Of course, I'm not going to compare something that was... I'm not going to compare, like, you know, dubbing anime to this, because this was English first. Also, I don't know where the fuck I'm supposed to go, so I'm just kind of filling for time until I figure out just what the hell I'm supposed to do. I know I'm supposed to go up the tree, but how do I go up the tree? Also, don't you love it when, you can't see through the grass?
Yeah, that's a pretty big... what am I trying to say? That's a big issue right there.
Yeah, either make the grass shorter, or make it turn transparent when, just for the camera.
Yeah.
That's typically what you'd want to do. But hey, who am I? I'm just, I'm just a dude on Twitch who's studying game design in college, so I can become a professional, game designer. What do I know about this?
Apparently a lot more than what they know.
At the very least, I know better than to try and make a fan game out of spite, like, the developers admitted to. Like, they made this solely to try and outdo Sonic Team's recent efforts, which were mediocre to begin with, so it's not like the bar for being better than that is very high. And yet somehow they have failed to do even that. Also, I have no idea how I got onto this path.
Whoa! That was a close one.
Was it, Sonic? Because, didn't look close to me. Oh god, this is, hello? Level design? Is there anything coherent here? There's one more aspect of this game that has been spoiled for me just by this game being talked about so heavily on social media that, I'll go ahead and share with you guys, and it is, one boss fight that is in a shadow section of this game, has become particularly infamous, and as soon as I say who it is that you fight as Shadow, you'll understand exactly why that one part of the game has become particularly infamous. There's a boss fight against Maria Robotnik.
Wait, what?
Yes. There's a boss fight against a 12-year-old girl.
Let's keep this going.
Why?
I don't know. We haven't gotten there yet.
Feeling good.
I'm not feeling good, Sonic. I have to credit them with getting a semi-decent Jason Griffith impersonator for their Sonic.
Yeah, that's actually sounds a lot like him. So yeah.
He's definitely got some poor direction going on, and you know, poorly written dialogue to work with to begin with. But I've heard worse.
Yeah.
Hell, I've heard worse from Jason Griffith. Dude, I love Jason Griffith. He's not my favorite Sonic. But I respect the dude very much. But he had some very, very rough performances early on in his, tenure as Sonic and Shadow. Like, if you go back and watch, his debut as Shadow, not in the games, but, like, the first episode of, the first Sonic X episode that Shadow appeared in during the Sonic Adventure 2 adaptation arc, he sounds very, very bad. Like, just Sonic with, like, a Vegeta tone. But he eventually nailed down what his Shadow should sound like, and in my opinion, best Shadow we've ever had, bar none.
Nice.
I'm going on a tangent here, but, like, they got a decent enough Jason Griffith impersonator. So I'll give them that much credit. Everyone else so far sounds like shit, though.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, the dude that they got to voice Eggman in this game was actually someone who was, like, critical of their game and said that it was a terrible idea and that it should be canceled. And they just tried to shut him up by saying, hey, you can be Eggman if you stop saying bad things about our game. And then when the game came out and they did, like, a celebration stream of its launch, he was the one playing the game, and he couldn't hide how shitty it was.
Oh, wow.
Like, he gets very straight-up angry. Which, you know, I don't blame him for.
Neither would I, honestly.
Especially with how asinine this level design is.
Yeah.
It says I can... It would help if, You see, there's a reason that, Sonic levels are typically designed linear instead of open. Not counting, the upcoming Sonic Frontiers, of course, because that's going for, like, a whole brand new concept for Sonic levels. But, like, usually there's a reason why Sonic hasn't had very non-linear level design before. And this is, like, fucking example A of why that is. This is the textbook example of, why Sonic has been so linear for so long. I've spent almost 16 minutes on just this level because I don't know where the fuck I'm going. At the very least, in Sonic 06, when I would regularly spend, like, 15 to 20, sometimes even 30 minutes in a level, it was because, like, the level was long, not because I didn't know how to progress.
Yeah.
And, JKR, you have played a bit of Sonic 06 with me, so you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, I do recall playing some Sonic 06. time. And oh
Yeah.
my god, that game was painful, but just watching this is even more painful.
Imagine actually playing it.
I know, right?
Lighting. Here we go! Sonic speed!
Okay, so far, you know what this level's making me want to do? Apart from just give up.
What?
It's making me want to go outside, find a nice comfy sewer, and commit some sewer slide. Is that bad?
Oh, jeez.
Can we progress, please? I don't know where I'm going. Can I have some sort of waypost to mark where I'm supposed to go? Anything! You know what? I'm just gonna drown so I can respawn back up there. It's quicker than having to climb all the way back up.
Yeah.
And that's a sign of bad level design, where it's easier to just die than get back to where you were. It's literally the, guess I'll just die meme.
Whoa!
Okay, what's throwing me off is I think I have to go this way, and there's platforms that are sliding in and out, but their timing is off with how this moving platform travels. Like, what am I supposed to do? In all seriousness, what am I supposed to do? Besides bump the microphone multiple times while stretching. Besides causing a whole bunch of horrible mic rumble, I'm supposed to cry? Yeah. Yeah. I've been at this for 20 minutes. And I don't know if I'm any closer to beating this level, because there is no clear direction on how these levels are set up.
Yeah. There's no direction whatsoever in this level. You know, and it's like, why?
Like,
Why
the
not
only
give
direction they
players-
give you is go up.
Yeah.
But there's, like, all these fucking side paths that lead nowhere. Or, like, all these alternate routes that are all clumped next to each other that all lead to the exact same place. Oh my god, I finally made it somewhere new.
Oh, wow. Finally.
Don't you just love when enemies don't pose a threat whatsoever? They said that they were
Right.
going to, like, do better than Sonic Team, and yet this has the exact same enemy problem that Sonic Forces has. Also, that looked like part of the scenery, not an obstacle. Also, to my understanding, they stole that, flying enemy model. Like, yeah, these are all designs that have been used in official Sonic games, but this specific render of, I think it's called the Egg Flapper, these pink flying things, was made by another dev team, and this dev team just fucking stole it, and didn't credit them.
Ay, ay, ay.
Which is generally frowned upon in the fan game scene. You want to either get permission for all the assets that you used if you didn't make them yourself and credit the original artist, or make all of your assets yourself.
Almost there.
Oh my god, I finally made it! Holy shit! Time bonus negative 163,000! Fuck you! Total score 0, fuck you! You don't add a negative bonus! What the hell is that?
Are inside this tree? Now that reminds me of something. Huh? What's happening?
That's not what the
From everywhere.
the subtitles timing is off.
No time to stand still. Time to run. Tails, get over here. The tree's flooding.
I'm coming, Sonic!
I'm die. Thank you forever.
Tails, get over here. The tree's flooding.
I'm coming, Sonic!
Okay, don't you just love it when you can't see an obstacle coming? Like,
what-
this is fucking Sonic 06 Mach Speed stages all over again, except you can actually control your speed.
Yeah.
Oh, I've gotta avoid the thing that I can't see catching up with me. Got it.
I'm coming, Sonic!
You know, typically if you're running away from something, you want to be able to see the thing that you're running away from so you know how close it is.
Right?
Tails, get over here. The tree's flooding.
I'm coming, Sonic!
That hurt. Tails, get over here. The tree's flooding.
I'm coming, Sonic!
Tails, get over here! The tree's flooding!
Can't stop now.
Oh, thank God, there's checkpoints! Oh, pick which tube to go down, and one of them's wrong. Guess which one's wrong. You won't find out until you make it.
Oh, jeez.
Let's go.
I did not mean to go backwards and then down, but okay.
Let's go. Here we go. Sonic speed. Yes. Woohoo! Let's do this.
Tails, get over here! This tree is flying! Okay, hold on. That's a damn I've been banned from Dave & Buster's. That's a first, since that's a pretty new one. Okay, gonna need to take a sip of water to prepare my vocal cords for Duke Nukem.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see. I've got balls of steel. Yeah, there we go. Tails, get over here. This tree is flying.
Feeling good.
I am very much not feeling good, Sonic, but I'm glad someone is.
Can't stop now. That hurt.
Are the rock fall paths just, like, randomly generated? Because, that's very Sonic 06 in nature, where, like, physics is not, like, exactly predetermined. It's just like, oh, it'll happen sometimes, and it won't happen other times. Do the rings have any purpose? These dash rings that were... These, like, energy rings that we're running through, refill your boost gauge, from what I can tell. And, the regular, like, traditional Sonic rings, they act as your life, and, they also partly fill up your boost gauge. In British, I'm not really feeling it! I understood that reference, even though I've never played a Xenoblade game. I just know it from the Smash memes from, when Shulk was revealed.
The Chaos Emerald.
One's gotta wonder, where the hell did Sonic pull this emerald out?
Wait. Sorry. I was just caught off guard by the fact that apparently Shadow drove into the jungle on a fucking motorcycle.
So right.
Hide the emerald, Sonic!
Tails.
Oh yeah, this is another thing about this game. They wanted to be ambitious enough to give a fan canon explanation for why the Chaos Emeralds stopped really appearing as plot elements in Sonic games. But yes, please go and say what you were going to say. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
No worries. I was just saying, one's gotta wonder, where the hell did Sonic pull that emerald from?
He keeps them all in his ass. Oh boy, here's the boy, Edgy the Hedgy himself.
Has started.
Oh my god, we get to play a Shadow now. Sometimes the only way to open the path ahead you is by destroying all enemies in the area. However, after doing it once, you won't have to do it again, even after restarting from a checkpoint. Thank you. Edgy the Edgehog, yes. Okay,
Best result if you stop annoying me.
I did not expect Shadow to have an accent. Also, apparently Shadow has a completely different moveset than Sonic does. Okay. That's very nice. Just like yeah, have two characters that traditionally control mostly the same have two different gameplay styles. Okay. Sonic 06 at least got away with it because like it was coherently designed. That's all. That's really all I can say.
Yeah.
Shadow's still mostly controlled like Sonic. He just had different special moves. Okay, yes, but how do I get up there, game? Okay, so, this music doesn't sound very, Shadow the Hedgehog-y. It sounds, you know what it makes me think of?
What?
Sorry, I pressed A once and it skipped through like 3 pages of instructions.
Oh, jeez.
One of Shadow's Chaos abilities is Chaos Spear, a projectile to attack the target, but costs 10% of the Chaos Energy bar. To use that ability, use the button for the up on the D-pad for Chaos. No. Oh, to chose that ability. Okay, so you cycle through your Chaos abilities with the D-pad. Okay, fair enough. The ability can be aimed at a specific... Oh, you have to manually aim it. Fuck. Hold first button to... Hold the X button to aim and press the left trigger to throw... No! No! It should be the other way around! Also, aiming is super sensitive. That's always good. Oh yeah, what I was saying about the music. It sounds like something out of Batman Beyond rather than like a Shadow stage. Doesn't it?
Agreed. Yeah.
It's not bad music by any means. It's just like, was this doing in a Sonic game?
Yeah.
Oh god, this is gonna be awkward to, Oh no, there's a long charge-up animation before he actually throws it. Hello, sensitivity, please. Now I have to go all the way to the other side. I guess. I don't know. No, I didn't, so that was just on me. Also, the double jump just decided not to work.
The fuck?
That's the second time in this stage that that's happened. And now Shadow's Oh. Oh, okay. So Shadow can get stuck in the springs. Hello, I can't see where I'm aiming because there's box in my way. Hello? Thank you. Okay, what do I do now that I've run out of Chaos Energy? Oh, I can just... Then why have the Chaos Spear in the first place? I keep laughing while being equally annoyed at the game, even though I'm not playing it. I understand. I have to admit, it is pretty entertaining to watch a train wreck like this. Shadow can use Chaos Control, an ability to slow down time itself. To choose that ability, use the button from image below. The ability will cost 20% of Chaos Energy bar at activation and will continue to drain while active. To activate the ability, use button from image below. Got it. This is a bad Shadow voice, by the way.
Is this machine really telling me where to go?
He sounds too young to be Shadow. That's the biggest issue. It's not the, very heavy accent. It's, dude, it just sounds too young. I think I have a kink for bad games. Yeah, I do too. It's called being a switch. Pun intended. Oh, how nice! My energy meter doesn't refill upon death. I see. I see, said the blind man to his deaf wife. As, my middle school art teacher would always say. I don't actually have very many, like, memories from middle school, because middle school and high school were a super traumatic time for me. But why am I going backwards? Hello! One thing I will always remember is that my art teacher in 6th grade, had his room specially set up so... Oh, Lord Megatron, ban that bot.
You got it.
But yeah, he had his, my middle school art teacher, had his room set up, so Gullible was written on the ceiling. Like, he had a piece of paper taped to the ceiling that said Gullible. So, like, there's that old joke, it's like, to prove how gullible someone is, it's like, hey, Gullible's written on the ceiling. Except this time, it was literally written on the ceiling. Also, he's the one who introduced me to the Legend of Zelda cartoon from the 80s. Because, for one of my art assignments, I drew, we had to do, sketches every week, as part of our assignments. And we were allowed to do sketches of anything we wanted, as long as it was, like, referencing a photo or, like, other image. Because, you know, he didn't want us to just draw something from our imaginations and be like, hey, it doesn't look bad because that's how it looks in my imagination. So, like, I wanted to draw a picture of Link, and this was at the time when Wind Waker was the newest game, and so, like, we were getting all the Toon Link, games. Sorry, what? I blinked and it just sped through all those pages. Yeah, he was like, oh, Legend of Zelda, I loved that cartoon as a kid. I was like, what is he talking about? It wasn't a cartoon. And turns out, yeah, there was a cartoon. Shadow can use Chaos Blast to blow up the enemies foolish enough to oppose him. I feel like I should be reading this in my Shadow voice. Shadow can use the Chaos Blast to blow up the enemies foolish enough to oppose him. To choose that ability, use the button from image below. The ability will cost 75% of Chaos Energy Bar, for it is the strongest of Chaos abilities. To activate the ability, use the button while in the air from the image below. There you go. There's a fucking freebie for you guys. Also, typically, if you want to demonstrate an ability, you want to give them a full energy bar upon getting in that area, which I did not appear to have. Also, wouldn't it make more sense to have the checkpoint be right before the tutorial section instead of right before the platforming section?
Right.
You know, I don't know if it's just me enjoying too many, you know, Russian dank memes, but I could have sworn that instead of saying Chaos Blast, he was like, Chaos Blat! Like, just going, like, losing interest partway through and being like, Suka Blat. Okay, I'm going to, I've been talking about a lot of, game design, topics that I've learned, throughout tonight's stream. Here's another topic that I'm going to talk about, right here. And I don't know what the technical term for it is, but typically, in a game that has, especially in a 3D game, even if it has a controllable camera, you want the camera to actively point you towards where you are going or what is most important for you to focus on. Sonic games are typically very good at this. This game is not, because the camera just stays in one place and expects you to manually move it. Like, typically in a 3D platformer, you want the camera to stay behind the player at all times, so they can always focus on what's ahead of them. This game doesn't do that, and I'm getting very sick of it. Chaos Dash to reach new heights, or reach... Oh god, it's just a fucking... It's just a teleport, okay. Thanks for getting locked in an animation there, Shadow. That was funny. That's the most half-assed death sound. I love it. Keep in mind, I've only taken a total of 2 classes in my school's simulation game development program over the course of 1 semester. I'm on my 3rd class, and even then, I'm just getting into programming. I haven't actually gone over, like, fundamentals of game design yet. I haven't actually made games yet. I've just, like, whiteboxed some levels, done a little bit of graphic design, and done 1 programming assignment, and that was just to make a message appear on in the debug console. And I'm already noticing very rookie mistakes that this game continues to make. Oh, thank God, we're finally past that. Time bonus -78. Fuck you! Fuck you and your negative time bonuses. Speaking of bad games, have I ever heard the hit cult classic game that was better than Elder Scrolls Oblivion 2 Worlds? Yes, yes, I have. I have.
The balance of chaos is upset.
Sonic doesn't cope with Emerald's protection. Although he dared to say the opposite.
What? Was
Eggman believes that he can
Professor Eggman?
According to our soldiers, Eggman has attacked Sector W. Stop him and deliver the emerald to us.
We'll take care of the rest.
Okay, I love how you can tell that, like, Episode 4, Shadow of Water. I love how you can tell that, like, everyone was using, like, their at-home recording setups, because you've got, like, a bunch of people sounding somewhat professional, and then you've got one dude that's using, like, a fucking headset mic. I haven't played Two Worlds, but I've seen, the old Pro Jared review of it. Isn't that the game where, like, it's actually better to get the bad ending than to get the good ending? And also, like, they made the main character's sister uncomfortably sexy, considering that they're supposed to be siblings. I remember, reading some, magazine previews for Two Worlds, and,
You could have come to my office and said hi.
oh god, it's an even more flirtatious Rouge voice.
Well, you're on the right track.
Hello? Mommy? Hello? Sorry, Mommy? Sorry, Mommy?
It found out that the outbreak was from 2 Chaos Emeralds.
But yeah, I remember reading,
Too long and started causing havoc.
I remember, reading some, magazine previews for Two Worlds, and, one of the things that they highlighted was that they motion captured every single animation in the game, including motion capturing rabbits, so the rabbits hopping would look natural.
Shadow, the jungle is rotting. Does the doctor have anything to do with this?
I see the remains of Eggman's robots. He's been here.
Okay, I can't get over them pronouncing, Dr. Eggman's name is Eggman. It's like a fucking, it's like how a Homestar Runner character would say it. As a joke.
Right?
Where did this damn fall come from?
Oh, you know this is an Edgy the Hedgy, experience because he says, damn. Good thing there happen to be underwater air bubbles here above the water, I guess? Yes, Dr. Eggman. Like, Dr. Eggman sounds like a supervillain name. Dr. Eggman sounds like, he sounds like your, like, postman. He sounds like the dude who delivers the mail.
The jungle is no longer what it used to be.
Professor Henry Eggman, yes. I know you're going for a Henry Stickmin reference, but, yeah, it does. God. This voice acting is just the damnedest thing. I don't want to hear people shit-talking Roger Craig Smith or Kirk Thornton ever again, okay? Okay, but game, where do I go from here? I'm getting sick of your, lack of direction shit. Also, I love how this game tutorializes, like, the boost and stuff like that, but doesn't tutorialize rail grinding. So I just figured out by pressing buttons that you hop between rails by, using the, left bumper and right bumper. Don't tell me I have to hit that switch with the fucking Chaos Spear. Okay, let's try that. Assuming that is a switch. Yep, it's a switch. It just looked like it was decorative. Because it doesn't look like your typical Sonic switch. Shadow saying damn is actually unironically a good touch since the constant use of damn was one of the things that made Shadow's game so memorable. Yeah. For better or for worse. You can run across water, except for when the game decides no, you can't. It's a good thing this game doesn't have limited lives. I'll say that much. For once, a Sonic game not having a live system is actually a good thing. I don't know why I keep trying to jump up there. It looks like you can all just barely make it, but clearly you can't. That's on me. Ten out of 10 level design? Exactly. That's this whole game. 10 out of 10 level design. Like I said before, it's like they're trying to mix adventure-era level design with boost-era mechanics, and it doesn't work that way for a reason. Like, there's a reason why ever since the boost games became a thing, we stopped getting more open explorative levels. Because that control style does not gel well with
These columns look like they can be raised.
with a very like hard to control speed and floaty jump. Yep, this is definitely some rocks I landed on. I don't think I was supposed to. Oh, I'm supposed to go this way! The place that I didn't even see because the game looked like it was pointing me in a completely different direction. Okay. Hello, yes, I didn't know that was going to fall. Typically, a more competently designed Sonic game would have, like, a warning indicator, fucking anything to, indicate that you should get off before it falls.
This game is just screwing itself over at one level after another.
You know what it is?
Nice.
No, it's not nice, Shadow. That was perfect timing, though. I haven't said this on stream in a while, but this is definitely worthy of it. It's trash! It belongs in the garbage!
Agreed. Agreed.
Oh, hey! I don't think I can get up to, where I'm supposed to be now. So I just have to, like, fucking die. Okay. They put all these, like, jutting out areas where you can land... I take that back. No, I don't take that back. Why design it this way? Peak level design here. Also, it would be nice if the double jump just always functioned instead of just sometimes not registering.
Testing my patience.
You testing my patience. Yes, you are, Shadow.
Gotta say, I like the music that they put in this level, but that's about it.
Shadow sounds like how I imagine Lobo sounding. I could see that. Honestly, yeah, that would be... Why doesn't the double jump always work? Yeah, I could see Lobo sounding like this. It fits Lobo better than it fits Shadow. Also, I love, quote-unquote love, that rings do not respawn after death, apparently. Either that or they just put one ring per platform. Hey, Kier, you're here for some shit. Ah, yes, put a checkpoint right before an enemy ambush. I keep trying to, Chaos Blast them with the right trigger, because I keep expecting this game to have competent controls and not map, like, important abilities to a trigger that's never, in any game, used for, shooting. It's a shame that such a banger soundtrack is wasted on such a massive piece of shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking finally!
Well, it's about damn time.
Hey, Kier, do you want to hop into VC with me and, experience this, shit together?
This vision again. Rouge, I don't feel the presence of an emerald inside this temple. Doctor has beaten us to it.
I ask again, did they even playtest this? I highly doubt it. Wow, that definitely looks like something you would fight in a Sonic game. I know that, pausing for a sec so I can, tab over to Discord. But, you know the, old gag about, like, you know, someone makes a, Unreal Engine 4 tech demo. It obviously looks good because everything looks good in Unreal Engine 4. And, everyone is like, oh my god, insert company here, hire this man. This is literally them trying, this is literally like if, someone actually hired this man. Because, this game started as a tech demo of, like, a playable shadow stage in Unreal Engine 4. So it's literally a hire this man moment. Except he didn't get hired by Sega. He, founded his own studio. And tried to profit off of a fan game they can't legally profit off of. So, yeah. Lots of shit going on with this. Also, I keep forgetting how to... there we go. That's how I add people. Everything looks good in Unreal 4 except Unreal 4 games on Switch. Yeah. Hey, welcome.
How's it going?
You might want to turn up your volume a bit, because this game is, like, blaringly loud on my end.
Is that better?
That's way better. Unreal and the Switch get along like oil and water, yeah. It's weird because, the Switch is built on basically mobile phone architecture, so you'd think it would be able to run Unreal 4 stuff just fine. It's at least Fortnite.
Why am I not surprised?
So yeah, this is, so, Kier, this is Sonic Omens.
It looks interesting.
It's very bad so far. Like, so many rookie mistakes.
Oof. I like how that boss looks, I will admit, though.
Yeah, it just doesn't fit in a Sonic game.
Dude, Spyro.
Yeah, this looks more like a Spyro boss. I'll say it looks like a Legend of Spyro boss.
Yeah, that's the 4th game, I think, isn't it?
No, Legend of Spyro was the reboot trilogy that had Elijah Wood as the voice of Spyro.
Oh, yeah.
And tried to go for, like, a more cinematic and dramatic plot.
I remember. Didn't they give Sparks arms in that one?
They not only gave Sparks arms, they had him voiced by a different celebrity voice actor in each game.
I completely forgot. You can tell it's been a while.
I haven't played it. I just know that from Ant Dude's video on the Legend of Spyro trilogy. In the first game, he's voiced by David Spade. In the second game, he's voiced by Billy West. And in the third game, he's voiced by Wayne Brady.
Wayne M.F. Brady.
Yes. And, they hand wave it, with a fourth wall joke, in the third game, where, after Spyro and Cinder awaken from their slumber at the end of the second game, and then third game starts, and they're all grown up now, and they see Sparks for the first time since waking up. He's like, oh, not much. They ask him how he's doing, and they're like, oh, things are going good. My voice keeps changing, but everything's good. Which, is actually genuinely a clever way to write in change of voice actors.
Another monster hungry for a chaos emerald.
So, what are your thoughts on this Shadow voice, since I know you're a Shadow aficionado?
He's muted.
Here?
He muted himself.
Hello?
Oh, he's got a
phone call. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't see that. I was busy focusing on this monstrosity. Not the boss, the game is the monstrosity. I genuinely don't know what I'm supposed to do at this boss besides brute force it. This game has a very poor, understanding of conveyance. I did not mean to do that, but okay. Oh god, it slows down his, invincibility frames, too. That's bad. That's very bad.
Sorry about that. It was a very, very important phone call that had to be taken.
So, thought as the resident Shadow aficionado, what are your thoughts on this game's Shadow voice?
I haven't had a chance to hear the voice just yet.
I will tell you that a lot of characters in this game have accents, because this was made by a Russian dev team.
Ooh.
And there's a lot of very poorly written English.
Another monster hungry for a
Did he just do a front flip when he died?
Yes. It's literally the I'm going to jump, do a flip.
I hear it. I hear the voice in our acquaintance Shadow Cloud is a much better Shadow.
Yes, he is. Hell, I'm a better Shadow, and I'm terrible at it.
I mean, I'm not bad at Shadow myself.
Okay, I'm gonna have to turn down this game's audio, because I can't hear you guys over this.
I am near maximum on my microphone.
There we go, that is much better. Why is the default volume so fucking loud?
Normally, the default volume, you want it to be about 50 or 75, you know?
Yeah. I genuinely don't know what the strategy for this boss is, because it has no clear indicator of what you're supposed to do. That's...
Monster hungry for a chaos emerald.
It has to telegraph its moves, but it just moves.
Yeah, there's no, like, telegraph for when it's going to attack. It just instantly goes into the attack. Also, typically you want to, Sonic bosses are usually presented like a puzzle, more or less. You have to find the weak point of the boss and find out when you can hit that weak point. This boss is literally just fucking, I don't know, go for it, man. It's a very Shadow the Hedgehog on GameCube, PS2, and Xbox type boss, where it's just like fucking attack it till it dies. That's the strategy. And that's weird because the first boss wasn't like this.
Consistency can be challenging for beginner boss devs.
Yeah, you see, I normally would cut them some slack, except the devs of this game are, like, very cocky. Like, the whole reason they made this game was like, oh, we are going to do better than what Sonic Team can do. We're gonna prove that Sonic Team can't do anything good.
So,
they even tried to profit off of it by trying to, at first place the earlier builds of the game before the final build came out behind a paywall.
That's scummy.
That would have put the entirety of the Sonic fan game community in jeopardy.
Yeah.
So, they were called out for that rightfully, and, even in the final game, there's, like, still stuff that tries to direct you to the creator's Patreon. Like, to my understanding, in one level, there's a texture that is actually a QR code that when you scan it, it takes you to their Patreon.
Oh, jeez.
This is taking long enough. It's time to end this.
Why do they have all these, like, grappling hook places around here when Shadow cannot use the grappling hook? Only Sonic can do that.
Part of me wants to make a Sonic fan game.
Like, this game also tries to give a explanation for why the Chaos Emeralds stop being plot devices in modern Sonic games. Except by the time it came out, it's already been confirmed that the Chaos Emeralds are going to be part of the plot for Sonic Frontiers, so it's already outdated by the time it came out. Okay, using Chaos Control in this fight is a bad idea, because it slows down everything, including the boss's attacks. So, like, that move where he, like, roars at me and blows me back, was slowed down for, like, so fucking long.
This reminds me of the other stream you did of Devil May Cry with the boss that with the lava. I can't remember the boss.
Phantom.
There we go.
Devil May
Thank
Cry
you.
1 or Devil May Cry 2?
I don't remember.
Was it the good Devil May Cry or the bad Devil May Cry? Because those
All
are
I
the only
remember-
2 Devil May Cry games I've done full streams of so far.
It might have been Devil May Cry 1.
Okay, then yeah, that was Phantom. I mean, Phantom shows up in Devil May Cry 2 as well. Towards the end of the game as, like, an out-of-nowhere shit. We ran out of time to make a boss for this area, just reuse assets from Devil May Cry 1 moment. Because as I've gone over many times before, Devil May Cry 2 had a very chaotic development, and it's a miracle it even got released in a playable state.
So, another thing about this level, it also gives me Ratchet and Clank vibes.
Yeah, I could totally see this enemy being a Ratchet and Clank game, and I haven't even really played the series.
Like, if you've seen the teaser they did for series, it would fit right in.
Fucking finally! By the way, if you take too long to beat a stage, it actually gives you negative time bonuses that can leave you with 0 score. As has happened to me like 3 times so far.
Wow.
Like, the first time, the way I learned about that was in one level, it took me like 20 minutes to beat it, and it gave me like a negative 168,000 score. Or bonus. So it just left me with 0 score.
What?
Like, at that point, why even have a scoring system?
Rouge, are you seeing this?
I have no idea what that creature is.
Strange things are happening.
Wow, that is bad!
What was bad? The animation, Shadow's voice, or Rouge?
Yes!
Follow him.
Also, apparently this game incorporates stuff from Sonic X, because they've already mentioned Chris Thorndike. Oh my god, Tails is fucking dead, guys.
Rapid pepperoni!
What was that all about?
Negative time bonuses in Sonic Omens, as inevitable as stone trophies in one's first Bayonetta 1 playthrough. True!
Tails! Come on, wake up, buddy. This is no time to nap.
Still putting your friends in danger. Because you can't do it alone.
What are you doing here?
Working.
The Sonic isn't that bad, actually.
Yeah, Sonic's got the best voice actor I've heard so far. Shadow's by far the worst.
But Gun's bots are too rusted to tell us and Eggman apart.
They should have definitely brought in their, where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald voice?
Change Sonic. The disappearance of the cast.
Like, he's trying to do that, but, his accent is too thick.
Not so fast. Leave Eggman to me. I still owe him a bunch.
Give me one moment to do my voice.
Remind me, wasn't it you and your friend that stopped Eggman? When you could not.
That's because you knocked me off the island.
Well,
They're going to get the coconut water. It's actually quite easy to make the Shadow voice actually quite good in a different accent. That's actually better than the Russian one, so.
Fucking Tails is just about to fucking get Shadow. Holy shit. Wow, that would have been an impressive explosion if there was a sound effect for it.
I gotta catch up.
Just use a fart sound.
Like, there's so many... The sound design in this game's bad, too, because nothing has any real impact.
What is the situation?
Okay, I thought we would be playing a Sonic stage after this, but no, we're more... I get the feeling that the devs really liked Shadow.
Even I like Shadow, but it is definitely time for a...
to focus.
Like, we've had a couple Sonic stages, 2 stages where we play as Tails piloting the Hyper Tornado, and the rest has been Shadow. Oh, and the Hyper Tornado stages are fucking terrible. Like, you should be thankful that you missed those parts, because I know as someone that grew up with games like Star Fox, it would infuriate you how, the flight controls in this game are.
Well, I haven't really played, Star Fox.
At least Star Fox 64.
I haven't played that one either, but I played a lot of, simulators. Like, I played the Battlefront one, I think it was?
Yeah, Battlefront. Yeah, Battlefront and Battlefront 2.
Yeah,
Star Wars, right?
Yeah, I had a demo for one of them I played the heck out of, like crazy.
Yeah, did it have space combat or just, like, planetary combat?
This one was just a demo, so it was planetary.
If it was planetary combat with flight controls in it, then that means it was, Battlefront 1.
There we go.
Because, one of the big selling points of Battlefront 2 was space combat.
Yeah, that was the main demo. It was fun, too, though.
Like, you could still... In Battlefront 1, you could still fly, like, you know, TIE Fighters, X-Wings, and stuff. But it wasn't in space. It was all on planets. Whereas, Battlefront 2, the flying vehicles are safe for planets, whereas, ground-based vehicles, like, you know, your AT-STs, or your, AT-ATs, are, or your, droid tanks, are, used in planetary combat.
Oh, okay. I haven't played Zero.
Zero's the Wii U one that's basically a remake of 64. Except, not as good as 64. Like, to my understanding, Zero isn't, like, the worst game out there. It's just, hindered by, forced motion controls. And that was Miyamoto's idea, which is part of why I feel like Miyamoto just kind of needs to step down. He's not a bad game developer, obviously. It's just he seems to think that every Nintendo game that's part of a franchise he's partly in charge of needs to have some sort of defining gimmick instead of just, you know, selling it on solid gameplay.
Yeah.
By the way, would you have guessed that this is the magnetic shield? I wouldn't.
That looks like the water shield, or bubble shield.
Yeah. The magnetic shield in, the Sonic Adventure games, it was blue too, but it had, like, lightning going across it.
Yeah. Also, this level reminds me of, Sly Cooper 1.
I can see that, actually. Especially since, I've got the whole Sly series, on physical copies now. Miyamoto used to be a great game designer. I dare say he's lost his touch. Yeah, that's part of why I think he needs to, like, just retire at this point.
I honestly agree. He should retire. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for the guy, but some of the stuff he said is questionable.
Also, you will since you missed out on the, first, 2 hours of this stream, you'll notice very quickly that this game is very bad at, pointing you in the direction you're actually supposed to move in. It's very adventure-esque in its, level design, where there's a ton of branching pathways. Adventure 1-esque, I would say, because Adventure 2 is a lot more linear. where there's a ton of branching pathways, offering tons of ways to get to the end of the stage, but plays with, like, Unleashed Onward style controls. And the two do not mesh well together at all. Also, Shadow's Chaos abilities are very clunky to use, partly because, what do you think the control layout for, like, a boost-era Shadow would be like with Chaos powers? Like, what button is boost on, and what button is to activate your Chaos powers?
I would honestly do
on
like,
an Xbox controller, since this is a PC game.
I don't have an Xbox controller next to me, so I'm gonna it would originally be the square button or the Y button on the Switch controller.
Like, all the Chaos powers are mapped to one button, you just cycle through them.
Oh, that's kind of...
to help you figure that out.
Okay, I wouldn't use one button, I would use two buttons, being L1 and R1. The shoulder button I would use to cycle.
Alright, you cycle through with the D-pad, with each Chaos power having its own dedicated D-pad button. What button should boost be on?
The square button, which would be...
Boost is on the right trigger.
What?
The square button, in this case, is, the aiming mode.
That's...
And the activate abilities button is the left trigger.
That's so stupid! Like, I can understand having a quick slot being the directional pad being the one you use, right?
Yeah.
But having your... Wait, does Shadow use guns in this one?
Nope.
Okay. Having your L1, R1, or the shoulder buttons being your cycle through, and then having your right trigger being your use. Right? That makes sense. And if it's... Let's say you don't want to completely drain the skill, tap it again. And if you don't have that skill, map that to the L1 button. L2. L2, or the left trigger, right?
Yeah, L1 and R1 in this case are the quick step buttons for, like, quickly moving from left to right.
I forgot about quick step, but
the quick step is only a thing in the boost era games, so I don't blame. And it's been very inconsistent on how it can whether you can even manually quick step or only quick step in certain sections. So I don't blame you for forgetting that.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the quick step in general, though.
The quick step is also very hard to control because it's not clear how far to the left and right you're going to move.
You know what would have made it easier to realize?
What?
If they had, like, lines in the little white areas so you could tell where you can quick step, or having different colors, you know?
Also, Sonic gets a grapple beam for swinging from hooks. What button should that be mapped to? Keep in mind, he does not have the Chaos powers, only Shadow does.
I would put that to one of the triggers then, if that's the case.
Okay, so, the left trigger is the bounce.
What?
The, X button is still the X or square, depending on what controller you're using, button is still your, aiming button, even though he doesn't have anything to aim.
That...
right trigger is still boost. And, L1 and R1 are still quick step, so that leaves you with the jump button also being the grapple button.
That doesn't make sense.
And the A button, or X button on a PlayStation controller, is simultaneously jump, double jump, homing attack, and grapple. That's too many functions to assign to one button.
They do realize they have a whole controller to use, right?
Yeah, and instead of... They broke apart some abilities to separate buttons when they should have been mapped to the same button, and then put everything else on one button. Like, the bounce in Sonic Adventure was, you jump in the air and you press the X or B button, depending on your preference. But in this game, the B button is the stomp, which is a separate move from the bounce for some reason. Also, the camera likes to get stuck focusing on weird angles like that. It doesn't auto-adjust itself like a competent Sonic game would. Like, during the boss fights, I've been having to manually move the camera just to even see the damn boss.
Ugh. And you want it to focus on the boss.
Yeah, in a typical Sonic boss fight, the camera would be centered on the boss at all times. But instead, it's centered on your character. But not always the behind of your character like you would expect. It's just centered on your character no matter what direction they're facing. So you can very easily get turned around and get confused about whether you're going forwards or backwards.
In that area, why this whole area feels reused.
Yeah, this is this is giving me Sonic Colors flashbacks where, like, they pad out level length by reusing chunks that were either earlier in the level or from an earlier level entirely.
And why
like
would
this, But
why?
This isn't a game that has multiple acts per stage. Each stage is unique, so there's no need for asset reuse.
Also, going back to that ramp, why was it so separated? That's just cheap. And those
You're supposed to use Chaos Control to slow them down. But the thing is, they also put hooks for grappling in all of Shadow's stages, even though Shadow cannot grapple as far as I know. Like, those blue hooks traveling across the top are grappling hooks for Sonic to grapple onto, but Shadow can't do that. So why are they even in this Shadow-exclusive stage?
Drugs.
Also, this looks like it's funneling me forward, right? But I could also go off to the sides if I wanted to. And often it does expect you to go off to the sides, even though a traditional 3D Sonic stage always pushes you in a forward direction.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to at all times. In fact, I appreciate 3D Sonic games that offer alternate pathways. I get that that's what they were trying to go for. But, like, right here, I can go off all the way that way, or I could just go this way. It's too radical of a departure.
Yeah, it should be based on your skill. The
Especially
better and
because they
faster-
all, as far as I can tell, they all lead the same way.
It should be. It really should be. Your skill level should indicate, hey, you're really good. Here's a more challenging, more rewarding path you can take. That's literally in every Sonic game.
Okay, it looks like it wants to funnel me down there, except that's obviously a death trap. What I'm supposed to do is go up this way.
Oh,
Cobalt Redeemed, Hydrate.
Yeah, I couldn't do work.
Good, because my throat was getting dry.
I can't do words.
Delicious water.
Water?
Water present for you!
What the indie fire? Why?
Exactly.
It's actually kind of funny. There's this African singer. His name is Walter, but when his things come on, it's like water.
I just phased through that bounce pad that was supposed to knock me off to the side. I've also gotten stuck inside springs multiple times.
Holy Unity, Batman.
Except this isn't Unity, this is Unreal.
How do you do...
Like, literally, the fact that it's running in Unreal 4 is the only reason why this game looks graphically good. The gameplay engine is a open source Sonic fan game engine known as the Infinity Engine. So they did not make the gameplay engine themselves. And as a matter of fact, they're running on an older version of the Infinity Engine, which has now been replaced by the Infinity X engine.
Also, couldn't they render the rings to pop out like normal instead of just spinning around?
That weird spill thing, yeah.
It's weird. Kind of jarring.
I don't get why they did that.
It's kind of jarring.
Yeah, a lot of this is jarring. We've had Shadow say damn once already. So they were very clearly fans of the Shadow the Hedgehog PS2, GameCube, and Xbox game. But yeah, as someone who's played flight sims before, how would ideally, on a controller, not on a mouse and keyboard, but on a controller, how would you ideally control a flying section in a flying vehicle, like a plane, or the tornado in this case?
If we're going to go with realistic, you want
with dogfighting combat too.
Well, you obviously want your right to go right, your left to go left, and you want your shoulder buttons to help with banking. You would want to, for realistic, the...
Okay, how about instead of realistic, more arcadey?
No, even arcade would follow the same thing, but I would do both. For inverted, you want the back to go up, forward to go down, or inverted, up to go up, down to go down, obviously. And then for your shooting, you want to use R1 for your primary, and for your secondary missiles, you want it to be L2.
Okay, so let's start with movement controls first, because I know that'll piss you off the most, because it's so objectively wrong.
You want me to cut you?
You press up to move forward, and down to do absolutely nothing because you can't move backwards.
Okay. You should be auto-moving.
You use the right stick to aim your trajectory up, down, left, and right. Right trigger to speed up. Left trigger for your primary machine guns. And the Y button for your secondary rockets, which do not have lock-on.
Okay. Even...
Cobalt says, don't shoot the messenger here.
Well, he's actively trying to piss me off.
Yes, I am. I'm very good at that.
Here's the thing, you can even go with... I'm going to go with basic PS2 controls. First of all, the aircraft is supposed to move automatically if we're talking arcade. If not, you can use the X button to go forward. You can use left, right again to move left, right, and again, your left and to bank. Up to go up or down, depending on your vert controls. Back, same thing. You can also have it be square, being your main weapon, and circle being your secondary, or your triangle being secondary. Like, I took in PS2 controls make more sense.
Yep. Like, as someone who's only experienced with flight simulation type games is like Star Fox and Star Fox clones. It's very jarring, because it basically just feels like you're controlling a character instead of a vehicle.
Holy crap, this train is wide.
This is a thick train. Also, how do I open this door? I don't know. The game's not telling me what to do.
Homing attack into it?
I think I know what it wants me to do. Okay, that was wrong, but you can't... Yeah, I'm supposed to homing attack it! I've never had to do this before!
I just guessed!
Also, a lot of these enemies you can just run past because they aren't programmed to, like, follow after you or anything. They just stand in an idle position.
Sonic Forces Syndrome, gotcha.
Yes, but they made this game in response to Sonic Forces.
Oh, good
and then
God.
proceeded to do the same bad things that Sonic Forces did, except even worse, because the enemies are actually too cheap in this game, as opposed to being too underpowered. They can knock you out of a homing attack.
So Sonic 06.
Sonic 06 wasn't even like that, because at most, it would just be like, oh, it does chip damage to you if you get shot, while trying to homing attack them. Like, it would take off one ring at a time. This one, it knocks you out of the homing attack animation, which can send you hurtling down pits, gives you knockback, and takes away all of your rings at once. Like, Sonic 06 had bad combat, but it was kinda offset by by how it handled ring loss, which was, you didn't lose all of your rings with one hit like you did in previous Sonic games. You only lost a set number of rings depending on what you were hit with. Also, I love when there's a crusher block above me that I can't fucking see! It's like this game's controls and design went to an ass buffet and cleaned house.
Oh, God. There's a meme I have to tell you guys. One moment. Let me remind myself of it. So, here's the meme. We're fucking on the third strike bed tonight, and it's literally the third strike bed comforter. And my reply to that was, cross counter and get a face full of ass. I'm not a Dudley character, but Dudley is underrated.
Dudley's great.
No, seriously, have you, like, there are some crazy good Dudley versus Balrog fights. We definitely
like, I'm not even talking about Dudley as, like, a viable fighting game character being great. I just like his character.
Like, he's a cheating boxer, but at the same time, he has class. Or actually, as the kids would say, he got that drip.
Isn't he also openly gay?
That's news to me.
Like, I remember reading that in a magazine somewhere that, like, back when I was a kid, so I might be remembering it wrong. Oh my god, please let this stage be over!
Wait, why does Shadow's eyes look like mirrors?
Yeah, Sonic's and Shadow's eyes, but here's what I'm talking about with the negative time bonuses! Look at this!
Oy, oy, oy.
But, Sonic and Shadow's irises glow for some reason.
I'm actually going to check if Dudley's gay, because now I am invested in this.
Whoa! Okay, Egghead. Now you've gone too far.
Damn it. The Doctor is well known for this kinds of...
Okay, the first thing that came to mind is Street Fighter is Dudley Black.
The Doctor is leaving the station. I need... I'm listening.
You've done well. Retreat.
Okay, I found something hilarious. Someone was asking, and it says, he's always holding his nose, he loves flowers, lives with a white butler, he flat irons his hair to make it look straight. What if normal attacks look like Eagle's crouching roundhouse? He has a mustache. Okay, mustaches mean you're automatically gay.
I mean, Freddie Mercury had a pretty epic mustache.
Oh,
Metal. That is not what Eggman would call one of his mechs. He would not call it the Metal Ember. He would call this like the Egg Falcon or something.
I can honestly see it. The Egg Paragon. Name it after the Falcon.
Egg Peregrine. Paragon is a completely different word.
There we go.
Slide or jump according to the arrows.
Jump, jump, slide, slide.
Slide.
And someone said, probably just
This is the first time a boss fight has told me how to actually fight the damn boss.
So the funny thing is, after all this talking right here, someone replies saying he's just British.
Yeah, he's not gay, he's just British. Doesn't this look like it would be an automated section, but you have to, like, instead, you have to manually homing attack to not die.
Well, go ahead.
They also, due to the copious Russian accents, they have a tendency to refer to Dr. Eggman as Professor Eggman.
But,
like, for some reason, they keep referring to him as Professor when that's never been his title. And the other is they keep calling him Eggman. Don't you just love when a blast effect takes up, like, half the screen?
Okay, this... If anybody's gay, is E. Honda. With his command throw, he sits on men's faces. Okay, this is weird stuff, but there's no confirmation.
Okay.
There is no confirmation, but I say we canonize it, headcanon, Dudley's gay.
I say so, too. Especially now that we finally have confirmation that Bridget is trans.
Yeah.
I love that people are so upset over that because it's like people who insist that they're straight that are mad about it, and it's like they're mad that their favorite femboy isn't a femboy anymore.
I just think they're mad they can't be gay.
Yeah, it's like, I'm straight, but I want that femboy bussy. Like, that's everyone who's complaining about Bridget being trans right now.
Another thing, too, is they don't really know the lore. Like, Bridget was raised to be, like, a girl. So...
Like, I've seen some people saying, like, oh, it could be, potentially reinforcing, the stereotype that, like, trans people are being groomed into being trans, because Bridget had, like, a very fucked up, history. But, like...
Yeah.
That, it was still a conscious choice by Bridget, so...
Exactly.
That just defeats that argument right there.
Not only that, like, also, if you look at the older games, when Bridget was saying, I'm a boy, basically would stutter into it and almost question it.
I say this without, like, much knowledge of Guilty Gear lore, of course.
Yeah, that's what
Because I've never played
saying.
a Guilty... Like, I've never played a Guilty Gear game. I have friends that are into Guilty Gear, and I watched a, video on YouTube that was like a university-style lecture on Guilty Gear lore.
This is my history with Guilty Gear. I only played one game in the entire series and was disappointed Bridget wasn't in it. So, yeah,
Like, I've never played a Guilty Gear game, but I am still somewhat interested in it just because Daisuke Ishiwatari was the creator. And because, you know, without Guilty Gear, there would be no BlazBlue, of course.
Yes. And you already know I'm
and
a
now
Bridget
that
fan.
Guilty Gear is back, there will never be another BlazBlue, which makes me sad.
Yeah, and you already know I'm a Noelle stan, and the whole reason I'm a Noelle fan is because of Bridget.
Yeah, Noelle was meant to be the stand-in for Bridget, gameplay and story-wise. Just like how Ragna was supposed to be Sol, and Jin was supposed to be Kai.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, guys, I gotta call it a night because I gotta work in the morning. So I hate to do this to you guys, but yeah, it is what it is.
Have a good night, and hope work's not too tiring tomorrow.
Hopefully, but we'll see what happens. Night, everyone.
Good night.
Glad you could join us, though. I'm thinking after this very pain-in-the-ass boss fight, we'll stop for tonight and continue some other time. It's not gonna be tomorrow night, because, tomorrow night is definitely going to be, Twin Snakes. Because I'm excited for Twin Snakes, because I have a history with Twin Snakes.
By the way, something that's interesting.
Yeah?
Speaking of fighting games, there's someone cosplaying Neko art, and it's just gaming alone.
I love Neko Arc, even though I've never played a Melty Blood game. Just the memes are incredible.
Oh yes, I think I have one. I'm not at 100%.
Also, what do you think of this Eggman voice?
I have no opinion.
Apart from the Russian accent, of course.
If Eggman was Russian, definitely I could hear it for that, you know?
It wouldn't be the first time that Eggman's had a Russian accent in a Sonic project, because Edwin Neal, the voice actor of Eggman in the Sonic OVA, sometimes slipped into a Russian accent for him.
You know, like, it's not bad, it's just not my cup of tea, you know?
Yeah.
Also, why did the opening sound like the start of Gourmet Race for Kirby?
Professor Ivo Robotnik, you are under
You heard it, right?
violation of Section 618B of the Mutual Protection Act. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
They're using auto-tune instead of a vocoder because they were too cheap to get a vocoder.
You can't take them!
According to Section 600 of the Mutual Protection Act, you, Sonic, are also in violation.
What?
The agreement states that you oversee the protection of the Chaos Emeralds, does it not? Since you have failed to uphold...
Okay, they keep talking about, like, some agreement that Sonic made with Gun, but this is something that this game just made up, so they expect us to care about some... I hate when stories do this. It's like, oh, the thing. You should care about the thing, even though we never showed the thing.
Yeah, if they wanted to care, have it be where you're in violation. Flashback to that moment.
Oh boy, here's our edgy villain for this game.
What?
Why does it look like Dr. Nefarious and one of the Ratchet & Clank armors that Ratchet gets?
You may call me Exiled.
His Exiled is his name. Exiled. What the...
Of the light. We're finished here.
The funny thing is, the name I'm just hearing Dr. Nefarious. Like, I'm just hearing Lawrence.
So apparently Exiled yeah, it's been shown before that why is Shadow working for this dude? Okay, You're throwing too much into one cutscene, game.
This is what we call speed running your story. You don't do that.
Alright, we are going to stop here. Because, I am wearing out my throat.
This looks like a dreamscape here.
Yeah, that was Sonic Omens. It's been absolute fucking trash so far. And it's not just trash, it's edgy trash, which is the best kind of trash. It's pretentious trash, which is my favorite kind of trash. What do you think of what you saw here?
If we're talking about trash, I would say dumpster diving with a very fake, well, obviously, let's say Dollar Tree, Poundland, Oscar the Grouch. Like, his name is not even Oscar the Grouch. His name is Omar the Annoyed.
Omar the Annoyed. I love that.
Yeah, could you imagine dumpster diving with Omar the Annoyed?
Okay, so tomorrow night, we'll be diving back into the Metal Gear series with the, skateboarding minigame from Metal Gear Solid 2 on the Substance on the PS2, and then starting Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes on the GameCube. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you to both JKR and Kier for, helping me get through this in simple terms. I'd love to have you back for the next time I do this.
Oh, no problem.
Next time I do Sonic Omens, because you know you and I like to look at trash together.
Kind of like how you did Bubsy for Sonic Forces.
Yes. But yeah, it's raid time. Let's see which of my people are online. Cirrus is live, but he's asleep right now, so that would be pointless. Let's raid Orange is Borange, who is playing Mario Kart Double Dash.
Ooh. I've always wanted to play that.